little three pack. So, Todd, last week we discussed that, people are getting back into the swing of things. Well, I've been out and about and everything's packed. I mean, people are out, people are anxious to be with one another. And I've always been a big fan of, when you hand the keys to a brand new buyer, scheduling a housewarming party, variety of different reasons and different strategies. We're going to talk about them. But with COVID, I had a lot of my buyers, and for obvious reasons, not want to do housewarming parties, and so I've just been making a list and checking it twice and three times, and now it's time to revisit them. So first one is to start scheduling your housewarming parties, even if they closed a year ago during COVID. It is not too late to jump on that opportunity. So I would sit down and go through and make a list of all your buyer closings that have occurred during COVID. Make that list, make their names, and figure out who they are, and then reach out to them and talk to them about the housewarming party. But you got to determine your client's comfort level. You may have some clients that still don't want to have it at all. Some clients saying, yeah, I would love to have it, but maybe at limited capacity, or for some people, it might be a free for all. So determine what their comfort level is, of course, what your comfort level is, and determine whether they're willing and how many people do they feel comfortable inviting and bringing into their brand new home.
Yeah, I think the thing here, even though you are doing this, realtors are doing this practice for the purpose of discovering more people that are typically in the same price range, same income level. I mean, let's face it, sure, families all over the smorgasbord there of spectrum, but as far as usually the people that people associate with are of a similar income / lifestyle / age bracket. And so it's really a great way to find that. Well, that's great, right? It's like an open house. Great. That we know why you're doing it. But what's in it for the consumer? You've got to come from the perspective of why would they want to do it? And wait a minute, why didn't you ask me about this last year? Tell me that you normally would have done one of these. So, you may want to consider some scripts before you make that phone call that just turn it around to the win of the client.
Well,
themselves.
and I would say too, if you handed them the keys in June,
Yep.
and now you're going to reach out to them for the first time since
talked to
June, yeah, you're going to need a lot more scripts. Number two,
That's good.
okay, to pay for, and we're going to talk about that, but to pay for and to have a group of people in someone's home that you are putting on the party, and you do not have a list of their names, phone numbers, and emails. Really, you have now become a glorified event planner. Right. We did not get our real estate licenses to become event planners. Good so point. The goal, when we teach our agents at the Recon Group it's about data collecting. That's where the money's at. Collect people's data. So when I sit down with my folks and I say, hey, listen, I'm going to do all the I'm going to do everything. But I'm going to do all the inviting for you. I am going to be paying and bringing the food. So I do need to have an accurate list, an idea of who's coming. So that's how I'm able to collect the information from my homeowner. But I collect the names, phone numbers, and emails from each client. And then I begin to reach out to each attendee and invite them and introduce myself. And it's a great call to make. Hey, my name is Mike with the Recon Group at West USA. I've been asked to reach out to you by John and Susie Smith because they're going to have a housewarming party. I'm going to be throwing them a housewarming party because I helped them buy the house, and they would like me to invite you to the party. A great conversation to have. And then also, consider some sort of online platform to invite them. I use a software called Punchbowl, where I upload the list of people and it automatically sends the invitations and it tracks them and it'll send reminders to them. I'm still also wanting to pick up the phone and call them because when I meet them at the party, I don't want to be a stranger. And then as you collect all the data, put it into your CRM. This is now adding to your CRM. And as you're communicating and as you're talking with these people and inviting them to the party, obviously you're building relationships with them.
Years ago, it used to matter that we sent them something. If you say you're going to send them a really high caliber invitation, high caliber meaning, handsome, pretty, whatever you want to call it, foiled, embossed, you're just going to send them a really nice invitation. You had a reason for asking for their address, as well as just their email and phone number. But I think no matter what service you use, the most important part, Mike, is what you said, is you don't want to be introducing yourself to them at the party.
Exactly.
You definitely want to have had at least one, if not multiple, conversations leading up to the party, with that particular
And when
person.
I make these phone calls, I've never had anyone hang up on me.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, you want to go to a party?
No. All right. And so the third thing, and probably, I'm not going to say the most important because collecting data is the most important, but you're doing all the work. You are putting on the housewarming party for your clients. You don't want them to do anything. You don't want them to have to do dishes, clean, or anything like that. So order and pick up the food. And there's a lot of great places, or especially right now, to get good deals on food. Have it delivered, whatever the case is. I know people that do food trucks. Depending on how many people are going to show up, bring the drinks and the ice. And I always warn people, you got to be careful on the alcohol, because there is a liability there. So it's good, and depending on who my client is, I'll just tell them that I'll bring the, teas, sodas, waters, ice, and so forth. But if you want to have alcohol, I can ask everybody to bring their own or whatever the case is. But then I have some clients that, I'm bringing it. Because that's just, my relationship with them. And then you could even go on Uber and get a special code, so people can come and
That's
go.
a great idea.
Yeah. Bring the plates, napkins, cups, utensils, serving utensils. I try to buy everything I can at the dollar store so I can just throw everything away, and do all the cleanup. And I know some people that they'll even hire a cleaning service to come the next day to clean up afterwards. And then don't hesitate to include your lender and title rep to help offset the costs. Invite them so that they can start building relationships and help putting you front forward and top of mind.
Yeah, to that last point, you know who their lender was if they didn't pay cash. That's the person you should invite. Create a new relationship with their lender, and then at that particular point, they're participating. Same thing with the other services, title, anything else that you may use. What you have to be cautious of is turning this event into a sales pitch. So the one thing you don't want to be doing is you don't want to be having everybody going around and go, oh, hey, my name's Joe Smith. I'm with XYZ Lending, blah, blah, blah. Do you need a loan? So what you basically need to tell yourself when you look in the mirror, and everybody else, the service providers, the sponsors, is listen, put a really nice app up, some type of a display in front of the food or on the side of the food that says sponsored by or provided by. Put all your contact information, put some business cards in the little thing. Same with you as a realtor. Now you're going to be mingling. You already met these people, but what you're trying to do is find more information about them than going and telling everybody you're a realtor. The more you ask questions, the more they're going to like you. And in the end, you've got the list. Your sponsors will have the list, and they can all follow up with them after the party.
Yep. All right. And then my rule of thumb, though, while you're at it, don't be in the sales mode. You're in the relationship building mode.
Perfect.
And you're going to have some great conversations because everybody's going to ask you what's going on with the market. So, all righty. So that's our 3-pack for the day. A few announcements.